everybody, my name is Catalyst, and welcome back to the Melon Colony SMP server. We have an amazing project lined up for today. You might notice that this area, there were a lot of trees here last episode, but now it is all clear, and that is because this is where we are going to be building our starter home. So today, we're going to be gathering a whole bunch of materials, and then we're going to be getting straight to building. So before we get to anything new, there are a couple things that have changed around here. The first one is that we have turned a zombie spawner, which is right over behind this wall, into a little zombie grinder. And we've been getting all kinds of armor and all sorts of rotten flesh, which has been extremely useful in trades because we have found ourselves a little village, and it is right next to these incredible mountains with this absolutely huge cavern right down the middle of them. I have so many ideas for this area for something later on in the season. These guys here have been giving me so many emeralds, and I have been taking them right over to a little librarian villager that I've got cooped up in this house right here. I have this slab, so he can't get out, but I can get in just fine. And he's got a mending trade. This isn't a very good mending trade. The ideal price, I believe, is 10, but you know, it takes forever to get it, and I will take what I can get. So this will have to do for now. All that aside, we have got to get to work because this house is not going to build itself. Before we get started, we have a couple more materials that we still have to get. We have to get some granite, we have to get some diorite, and we have to get a little bit more copper. Those three things combined with what I already have should be enough to build this house. So without further ado, let's get started. Well, it was quite the grind, but we managed to get all the materials that we are going to need. We've got granite, diorite, calcite, and copper. We're going to be using cut copper for this build, and we've got lots and lots of it. We also have stacks and stacks of wood that we've collected earlier, and all this combined finally means that it is time to start our starter house. Let's go. right, we are almost done the exterior of this build. We just have a little bit of texturing on the walls to do, as well as the roof right up there. I've got some copper oxidizing that I'm going to be using for that top bit, and some of you may be asking, oh, why leave this copper out to oxidize when, you put all the cut copper on the roof? And that's because I want the roofs oxidized to a very specific state, but I don't have any honey to do that yet. So I'm just hoping that it'll go slowly enough with all the other copper around it that by the time I do get enough honey, it'll be right how I want it. So I'm just going to finish up this last little bit and then I will get back with you when it is done. All right, well, it was quite the job, but with this block, we have finished the exterior of our house. If we go down here, we can take a good look. I've added a little bit to the interior, that calcite tweaking out right there. I've added some texturing on the walls. I added a little bit of a birch gradient as well. So the second floor starts at the very top with a birch band, and then it comes down into the oak for the first floor. I've also got a dark oak log second floor and then a spruce first floor. I moved my enchanting area in already. And if we go to the outside, we should be able to see, there it is. This is our starter house. We're just waiting on the roof to change, but I am really happy with how this looks, guys. I am super, super excited to do more work in this area and to make this look as amazing as possible. So now it's time for me to tackle the interior, and I think the first step is getting my storage sorted out. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this wall up with a whole bunch of barrels and use this as my sorting system just for now. I'm also going to put a couple on each of the side walls here, just sort of scattered around the area, but this is going to be the main set of 20 barrels that I'm going to be using for most of my storage. And in order to identify all these barrels, we are going to need to craft up a whole bunch of item frames. So now we've got everything sorted that I took from my chests. We've got just some rough categories here. I might have to fiddle with them because some of the chests in particular, like the wood one, are getting fairly full. So you might have to adjust that later. I also have these just in case we have any like miscellaneous items that I feel like don't fit in the rest of the categories. We have these tools here: stone cutter, grindstone, and anvil. This is not where they're going to be in their final positions. I'm just having them here for now. And then I think in this area, we're going to do a little bit of a kitchen. So I've got all my furnaces here. And again, those will be getting moved around later. But that is all the time I'm going to be devoting to the house today because we have another big thing that we need to get sorted out. And that very important thing is obtaining netherite. So I'm all the way down here at Y15. I'm actually going to go to Y14 so that I can see the ancient debris better because it likes to spawn at Y15. And that hasn't changed in the 1.18 update. So I'm just going to dig out a large area and hopefully we find some. Ooh, no thank you. All right, so we have got ourselves 8 new netherite ingots. It was quite the grind, but we managed to get them all converted from scrap to ingots. And that means that it is time to transform all of our gear. Let's do the tools first. We got our netherite sword, our netherite shovel, netherite axe, personal favorite, the netherite hoe. And of course we get the challenge. And then the helmet chest piece, the leggings, and the boots. And that is our full netherite set. So now that we've got our full netherite gear, I think this is the perfect time to call the episode for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. It was tons of fun to build this house. It looks absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to do more work on the terrain around it. We've still got one block of copper back there that hasn't changed. Look at that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Peace out.